All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. First down, here's Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A very solid gain of 27. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
That was second down run for Murray. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Jerry Atauchu brings him down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third and short yardage, Cousins. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. They run with a rookie from Virginia State, Trenton Cannon. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Let's go. Hey, four down. Watch it now, Barney. Over. Here we go now. Green 39.
To throw on second down is Darnold. And his throw here's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends To create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Now let's go. Green 39. Detroit. Green 39. Gone. Over.
Darnold from the gun. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The result, a first down as the quick slant gets him 14.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Gone. Let's go. 3-19. Lucky 56. 3-19. Over.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run. This is Cannon. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll run with Cannon. And he's got some space here. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
No. Check. Patriot.
On the carry, it's Cannon. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56. Over.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Play fake. Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. And they've got it here with a first down. From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Off the play fake, Cousins. He's got a man, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. Give him 30 yards there.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Second down, Cousins. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And it's third and short.
I know we're doing this game live, but let's step into the film room for just a second, because when they review this play, oh, the negatives are going to be incredible on this one. Rolling out to his right. Yeah, he's right-handed, so that's a natural spot for him. But he throws back across his body, back into traffic.
Big no-no.
Oh, that's a monster no-no. The only good thing that happened, it fell incomplete. Very fortunate. They go back to Murray on first down. And not even back
to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Cousins now on second down. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Terrence Brooks with a pick, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points. Start off that drive.
It's caught inside the 25. A gain of 39 that time.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Green 39! Green 39!
Here's Cannon, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Over! Hurry up, here we go! Blue 90! Detroit! Blue 90! Over!
On second down, Darnold. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're saying.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence, and here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you could see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on. But no dice that time.
And now out comes Minnesota. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do you do?
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. And you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Play action now. Cousins. It's complete to Laquan Treadwell. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Here's Matt Weil now as he'll punt it away for the second time. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. Fielded at the 43. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. And the Jets set to take the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Gun! Hurry up, here we go. Blue, gun! Blue, gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Darnold. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Gun! Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st and 10, Darnold dumps off to Powell. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll bring up a second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Watch him now, Barney!
Watch twist!
Now it's Darnold. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Lucky 56! Lucky 56! Over! Gun!
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard, at least as of yet. 0-0 is our score. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So no scoring at our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out now come the Jets. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. All the way in. Touchdown, New York. Quincy Enunwa, 78 yards. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now the punter, who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a start.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Steve McClendon with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Cousins. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. It's caught by Treadwell. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a first down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made. And that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, See if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. You can't bring him down.
The weight room does work. That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Gun! Set! Green 39! Green 39!
Now Darnold. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football, and at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Following the interception, Cousins going deep for Diggs. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with, but it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go play action. Cousins. And incomplete. Morris Claiborne, the former #1 pick of the Cowboys there defensively. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Cousins to throw it. And incomplete here on 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Fielded just inside the 20. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. And New York set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Now, Barney! Hurry up, here we go! 3-19!
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11.
Watch it now, Barney! 3-19!
To throw is Darnold. Found his target. It's Anderson. Anderson loses the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance.
That's right.
There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On first down, it's Darnold. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Over. Watch it now, Barney. 319. 319. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Darnold now on second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Here we go now. 319. 319. Over.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. The delay of game backs him up 5, first and 15. Darnold now to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Another timeout called by the Vikings now. And that's going to leave him with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
All right, here we go.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal?
All right, here we go. Look at 56. Look at 56.
Here's Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost. in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Two-hand. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flushed out. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. Now a second down throw for Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Over the middle here to Rudolph. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them. No pickup.
A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. New York set to take the field. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time. Fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up, find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
George Iloka, the one that comes up to make the tackle.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Darnold throwing the out route incomplete. It's Anderson. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now let's go.
Now they try the right side here. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Back to throw, Darnold. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Gun. Wide. Go. Move.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards for number 11. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Play action now. Cousins. It's caught by Treadwell. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here we go.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Murray. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Cousins again. It's complete to Diggs. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A Vikings 1st down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A 1st down throw for Cousins. And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. On 1st down, Murray. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Latavius Murray with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow, that'll be taken in the end zone. New York set to take the field. They're up by 1. They have the football. The key here, just don't do anything silly, right, Charles?
That's exactly right. You know, all the admonitions as they ran out there. Take care of the ball. Secure everything. Be tight in everything that you do. No let up. No crazy plays. And they can go home with a victory.
Let's see here if they can do all those things and hang on to this victory. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And got his man complete. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 41 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred. Still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
This is the running back, Powell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hurry up, here we go. 319. 319. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. That is caught at the 7. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field?
They come out here in the eye.
Over. All right, here we go.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
He's going to get it running right, and he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another second and goal.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Watch the run. Watch the run.
They go again with Powell. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A good run there, 9 yards, but it still leaves them with work to do on third and goal. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal?
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Powell. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
loved
did.
The defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Jets, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the loss drops them back to 4-3 so far. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.